This is a Polish AK. This is a tear gas grenade launcher. Now, what if you could take those two things, put them together, and make a Polish AK tear gas grenade launcher? Well, it's exactly what the Polish did, and I have one. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Polish RWGL-3, coming to a mostly peaceful protest near you. You're probably wondering, Brandon, what the hell even is this thing? It looks like a Draco after it was molested by the Star Wars prop department. So the idea behind this was, the Polish Radom factory was making a lot of AKs. So then what better platform to use as a basis for a tear gas grenade launcher? So they basically took an AK, removed the stock, put an extra pistol grip up here to be able to kind of hold it, because this is just kind of, a directional weapon really. And then they removed the gas system. You see, this isn't a gas block, there's no real piston. I'll get into the guts on this a little bit later. But then they added a big old bloop tube out front. The idea being you put in your tear gas grenade here and you fire blanks. So when you load your 7.62x39 blank here in this little 10-round magazine, you then charge the gun, load it into the chamber, fire it, and the blank is what then gives this the force to throw out a tear gas grenade canister to its new loving home. It's kind of Poland's way of crossing that language barrier and saying in every language, you should have stayed in Syria. But that's not all they used this for. They actually had a net launcher on this as well. They're really cool, and I'm trying to find one. So if anyone has a lead on that, please let me know. But I've got the blanks, I've got the Polish tear gas grenade launcher, but you know what I don't have is Polish tear gas canisters. But there is something I do have. What is this mystery munition, you may ask? White Claw. Oh yeah, we did that. So while we didn't have the proper munitions to shoot, of course, tear gas at these poor innocent, silhouette targets, we do have an adapter here that this was actually machined by Zach to be able to take White Claws and use those as our field expedient munition. We do have the original one. It's sitting on the desk. This was actually made of pretty much entirely original parts as far as the kit's concerned. So this is really cool. This is like a genuine article. We just turned it into a White Claw cannon. So let's go ahead and charge this thing. I also think this thing's gonna have a lot of recoil, just because, cannons typically do. So you don't wanna be up like this. A, there's no sights anyway, and B, that's a great way to get some free dental work. So I'm just gonna shoot it down here and see what happens. All right, Polish tear gas grenade launching AK / White Claw can launcher. Test fire in 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. That's fucking funny. Okay, so what happened here, the pressure was too much on this one and it actually burst, which is one of the things we were afraid of, but it literally shoved its fucking ass so far up its body that it popped out the head. Fucking Red Foreman moment. Literally the top of the can popped off because of the pressure and it crumpled the bottom of the can into the can itself. I've never seen that happen before, and that's really cool. Do you want to come shooting with me at a private machine gun range day right here in Texas? A lot of you guys have been asking for something like this for a while, and this is your last chance to enter before the end of the month. All donations over $5 to my congressional campaign in the month of November will automatically be entered to win a free private range day down here in San Antonio, Texas. We'll hang out, shoot some machine guns, shoot a bunch of the toys that you've seen on past videos, and just all around have a good time. Might even throw in some barbecue. You don't have to be from Texas, but you do have to live in the United States. Sorry guys, that's just the law. I'll leave the links for that down in the description and in the pinned comment, but guys, I appreciate your support. It's been overwhelming so far. We're really leveraging the grassroots power of the internet to hold bad politicians accountable, and I think that's really cool. Yeah, guys, I appreciate all your support, and I'll see one of you on the range. All right, let's try that again with Raspberry. See if we get a different result. Firing in 3, 2, 1. All right, that one fired. That one actually... I felt that would have a little stiffer recoil actually, because I think it came out in one piece. Now, if you've ever been pepper sprayed or have had an experience with tear gas before, go ahead and subscribe, or it's gonna fucking happen again. I'm kidding, it's a joke. Probably. Well, let's see if we can get some distance out of this thing. I'm kind of curious. All right, so we got a little bit more distance here. Go ahead and load this bad boy up with another claw. About 100 yards here. We're probably not gonna need that, to be perfectly honest, but we'll see what happens. Firing in 3, 2, 1. Got caught in the trees. Also, this thing really does recoil very hard. You gotta remember, the AK was meant to fire a 123 grain projectile. And not, you know, a 12-ounce can. All right, so, yeah, it's still popping the ass through the mouth there. This thing's got its head so far up its own ass, it's about to start talking to me about CrossFit. Wow, what an interesting topic earlier, me. There's a reason our mom always said we were special, but not as special as our sponsor, TacPack. TacPack! And here in this box, they sent me a list of things that they sent out to members of the TacPack community in the last few boxes, such as an SOG fixed blade knife, a Radiant Raptor LT charging handle, M-Lock AR-15 handguard, a rat's tourniquet, don't apply to the neck, Battle Arms tin-coated BCG, Reptilia AR-15 pistol grip, totally not copyrighted material. Plus my code AKGUY will get you a free box of tactical gear worth $60. Plus the December TAC Pack has a value of $244 for just $129.95. And apparently there's an AKGUY sticker in the works. I don't even know what that's about. I just work here, and I'm scared. Anyhow, check them out using the links in the description and in the pinned comment. We appreciate TAC Pack for their sponsorship of this video. Back to the content. ADD break! So now for something that I've wanted to do since we, built this damn thing. A White Claw penetration test squared. So we're gonna be shooting a White Claw from our White Claw launcher at a White Claw. Yo dog, I heard you like shooting White Claw, so I built you a gun that shoots White Claws so you can shoot White Claw at your White Claw. We really need a sponsorship. Loading up the munitions. Loading our blank. Life is just kind of like a series of dominoes falling. Like one decision leads to another thing, and somehow you end up completely in a different place. Like, me dropping out of law school now has me holding a Polish tear gas grenade launcher, shooting a White Claw to White Claw. Anyway, stay in school, kids. White Claw on White Claw violence in 3, 2, 1. I felt like the need to move my knee in to block my fucking nards on that one, just in case, I still need those. I mean, it actually just bounced off. Like, it's pretty fucked up, but I think it just impacted it and tossed it up into the fucking woods. So, yeah, I think we got a survivor. We had a survivor. Now, this is technically categorized as a non-lethal device. It's meant for crowd dispersion, to non-violently get rid of a group of ne'er-do-wells that are running amok and causing issues. However, a lot of things that are considered non-lethal are only non-lethal in the implication you don't hit somebody with it at point-blank range. So we're gonna hit somebody with it at point-blank range. Do you know what you call police brutality in Poland? It's still police brutality, they just put accents over everything for some reason. Sir, stop resisting! Oh, yeah. That still might have been non-lethal, but his urge to riot would be dramatically lower, I think. Let's take a real quick closer look at the gun itself, because like I was mentioning earlier, a lot of this stuff is original. This was built on an original Polish RWGL-3 parts kit. So let's dig all up in them guts and see how it works. And just to be clear, I didn't design this. This isn't, my cursed, claw launcher, although the claw launcher part, yeah, we did that. But the actual concept for this tear gas grenade launcher, that was the Polish. The Polish did actually invent this gun, I believe it was in the 80s. We just rebuilt one using the original parts. The designation, of course, being the RWGL-3, which stands for, I couldn't tell you. Look, Polish is a very hard language. Polskis, my Polish fans. I love you guys, I really do, but we need to have an intervention about you guys shoving consonants any fucking where you can put them. I know you've had a rocky history, but guys, it's getting out of hand. I'm worried for you. So first, just like any other AK, you're gonna pop your top cover here. This one's a little stiff. And you've got the guts of the gun. Take our recoil spring assembly out here, and already it's a little different because there's no retainer on the end of it. It's just kind of, the back end of a recoil spring assembly, and then no retainer up front, no wire up front. You'll see why in a second. So now we'll take our bolt and bolt carrier out, finesse it out. There we go. And you can see that, for one, this is just your typical AKM bolt, nothing special. But the bolt carrier is an AKM bolt carrier that has been chopped at the front, so that when it's in battery here, you only have this much of what would have been your long stroke gas piston just sticking into this little assembly here. Because since this is a single shot weapon, more or less, there's no real need for a gas system. Plus you're running blanks anyway. So basically what you just do is after every round's fired, grab that, charge it again, let it go, spring returns it back to battery, and you have basically a pump action blank launcher, but you know, obviously you have to put another grenade or White Claw or whatever you're putting up front. This particular one being built on Polish Circle 11 parts. You can see that marked on the front trunnion there. I think that's pretty cool, pretty appropriate. So up front, pinned to our barrel, this would be where, you know, your rear sight block would go and your gas block would go. Even on like a shorty like this, you'd have two different pieces. This part really is just a mounting piece for your pistol grip up front, which is again another just standard AK pistol grip that is mounted to the front of the gun. Very much needed as far as that extra little support on your support hand, because this thing does have a lot of recoil. It also comes up here. It's you know, obviously pressed and pinned to the barrel like the other barrel components would be on standard AKs, but it comes up and gives the dust cover a place to lock in. And then we have our muzzle here, which is threaded to accept our can launcher or our grenade launcher or our net gun. Seriously, somebody help me out with that net thing. The reassembly is pretty much the same as a typical AK, but there was just it's an interesting way that they went about this. I thought it was kind of cool, and I thought I'd show you guys while we have one here in hand. And if you guys think stuff like this is interesting, and maybe you'd like to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology, you can check out SDI.edu using the links in the description and in the pinned comment. And our can/grenade launcher is now back and ready to body more White Claw. Now, just to show you the difference in the recoil, because, you know, typical AK recoil, not bad if you're a man and not a pansy little bitch. This thing recoils real fucking heavy because, again, the projectile is really fucking heavy. Because realistically, the blanks don't have any sort of recoil of any kind. It's all just in the weight of the projectile. Although I will say, that was a pretty cool fireball. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Hopefully way more than that guy did. And again, it's just an honor and a privilege to be able to take cool, unique pieces of firearm history, especially when it comes to AK type stuff, and show it to you. You know, stuff that you might not have been familiar with, and just kind of, I think we're finding a way to keep history alive in that way. Taking weird shit that a lot of people forgot about, bringing it back to life, and then showing it to millions of you guys. And you know what? I think that's really cool. So anyhow, I hope you guys had a very good Thanksgiving. I appreciate you guys staying here to the end of the video, and as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers next time around. Bye. So now we take our bolt and bolt carrier out, if I can. Load another round. Get in there, bitch.